Hey everyone! So The Hunger Games has been on my to-read list for over a year, but I didn't get around to reading the series until recently, since in the past year I've completed a thesis and graduated, started an internship, and read a bunch of other books. But with all the hype about the movies, I decided that I could not wait any longer. I had to read The Hunger Games. I bought the first book at Barnes & Noble's with a gift card from my aunt, and I read it within a couple days. Despite knowing quite a lot of the characters and plot points due to all of the spoilery stuff on Tumblr, I was still in the dark enough to not know what was gonna happen and be thoroughly captivated. So when reading the first book, I didn't quite fall in love with it right away, but I liked it more and more as it went on. I just kind of felt like it was missing something that my favorite books had, and as I thought about it, I realized that maybe it was like a combination of the first-person narrative and the length. I'm currently reading Game of Thrones, which has a constantly shifting narrative perspective and is very long and very complex. So I think The Hunger Games came across as a bit more simple, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It was just different from what I normally read, I think. And then a few times in the book I would figure out things before Katniss would, like the fact that Peeta had true feelings for her. And I'm not sure if the reader was supposed to catch on to that stuff before Katniss did, but it just bugged me a little bit. She just seemed a little bit slow on the uptake, but if I was in her situation with the things on my mind that were on her mind, maybe I wouldn't notice it either. I do like Katniss. I like her fiery attitude and, of course, her love for her sister. That all said, I definitely enjoyed the book, and by the end I couldn't put it down. I had to know what happened next. And that stayed true for the other two books. I decided I couldn't wait to go out and buy the books, so I just bought them on the Kindle app for iPod. Catching Fire and Mockingjay I each read in a day or two, and I would say my fondness for the books definitely grew with each one. I liked that it became a bit darker. The first book just kind of seemed lighthearted in comparison. At first I was a bit put off by the repeated plotline in Catching Fire, but it was different enough and interesting enough that it didn't really matter. I knew much less about the plot of the second two books than I did the first, but basically I'd deduced from what I knew that there would be a revolution. After what happened in the first book, a revolution was just the only thing left really to happen, or that could happen. I really liked the symbology of how Katniss was the Mockingjay. A Mockingjay is basically a bird that repeats whatever it hears, and that's definitely how they're using Katniss. And throughout the entire series, really, Katniss, Peeta, everyone is a piece in their games. Even if in the third book, Katniss is a piece in the good side's game. And I'm so glad that in the end she broke out of that role of the Mockingjay, because she had just been used for so long. So overall I did really enjoy the books. I like them more as a trilogy than I do individual books, and I won't be one of those people who just read the first book and claim to be the hugest fan, because I'm not. I wouldn't call The Hunger Games part of my favorites, but they're definitely good. I love how it's so much more than just a love triangle, and how the whole Gale-Peeta situation isn't even close to the most important aspect in the book, or even in Katniss's mind. As far as who I think she belongs with, I really went back and forth between the two in the first book, but then by the end of the third one, I really agree with who she ended up with, because just after everything that happened, I think only those two can truly understand each other, and it was just natural for them to end up together. I ended up seeing the movie a few weeks after it came out, after my friend finished reading the first book. The movie was very good, better than I actually thought it was gonna be, or better than I imagined it. I really loved the whole first part. It was just really visually beautiful and the score was really great. I just really liked the whole feel of it. There wasn't anything major that bugged me about the movie, and for an adaptation, I think it was pretty good. I feel like there were even a few foreshadowy moments alluding to the next two films, and I really liked seeing other viewpoints, like what was going on at home and with the game makers and District 11 and even with President Snow. I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought the casting was pretty great, and seeing how amazing and hilarious Jennifer Lawrence is as a real person just shows how amazing she is as an actress. I'm looking forward to the next movie, but I'm not like distraught or anything that we have to wait so long. I think I'll be okay. So that's all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe or comment. And I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers this week. I really appreciate it, and I hope you like my videos. You can add me on Goodreads under heyheybooks, or send me an email at heyheybooks@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye! I ended up seeing the movie with a friend who had finished the first... Oh crap. Oh my god. The end.